Okay, Sunday, 5th of July 2026. So Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Does this woman have the will and capacity to build a life with me? Now, this is something I've learned and discovered and encountered the hard way and the slow way. Not the painful way, but the slow way in life, as in, does this particular woman have the willingness, not just the ability, but the willingness, you could say both are important, to build a future and build a life together? Because we could say she's willing today, but not able. In the future, she's more able but less willing, and vice versa, things like that. I can think of one specific situation where it was willing but not able, and in the future, no, hang on, able but not willing, no, willing but not able, in the future the opposite. That, so it's unfortunate. And we have to be conscious of these things when it comes to who we deal with, which woman we spend time with, to the point where we have this roster and we say, is pursuing this woman worthwhile or not? Is there a future there? No. Maybe. Ums and ahs. It has to be a hell yes. Otherwise, it's by default it's a no, or some shade of no, or like, maybe, perhaps, there could have been, things like that. And then remember, 4 months ago I did a video, if only. Oh, there's so many situations in life where, if only it were different, if only this, if only that. Well, life. So these are kind of things you've got to be conscious of with women in relationships. Meaning, if there's a future to be had, to what extent is it worth pursuing her, messaging her, texting her, spending time with her? Because you see, I'm also thinking a lot in terms of opportunity cost now. Systems, bottlenecks, and opportunity cost. Thinking, if I do this, then I have no time to do that over there. This is going to be delayed, and vice versa. Or this thing will be done, amazing, great, but this over here will be delayed and slowed down, and objectives and things, take longer to build, things like that. So then you've got to be more systematic and say, is this woman here worthwhile? Is there a future with her? Is it worth even texting her? And again, it's going to be a hell yes. If it's not a hell yes, you could say if there's any doubt, then there's no doubt. If there's, the direction varies in the future, the trajectory varies a little bit, it puts everything into doubt. Or that could cause a schism later on and cause an argument 6 months, 6 years down the line. Things like that. Those are the kind of things we're thinking about. Why? Because you could say YOLO, basically. You could say you only live once, in a very modern way of approaching it. But to say we don't want to go into the world and be wasting time and not being efficient with things. So we want to be on point in achieving things. And in terms of relationships, is this one, is she, what was the phrase exactly now? Does this woman, does she have the will and the capacity to build a life with me? It's a very, very on-point question to ask. Important. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.